Nothing breaks immersion more than a microphone. But regardless, I've learned some spiritual truths over the years, my dear friends. True to me, I'm not telling you what to believe, but if you're interested in the tea I have to spill, why did I even say it like that? All time is happening at the same time, and history repeats itself because we go through the same phases. Uh, America was depicted as Atlantis on a map. So this is basically Atlantis falling again because overran by tech. Mr. Predator. Sorry, hold on. It's not really stupidity because it's strategic what they do to us, but our leaders do not want what's best for us, the creatures, the planet. They just want what's better for their bank accounts, and it is blindingly obvious at this point. But you didn't hear that from me. I have seen, and I absolutely love this, and it made me feel more brave about going medieval with my pet salon. I have seen people diving more into medieval fantasy. And maybe it's just because it's my genre, it's what I like, and it comes across my feed all the time. But there's companies starting to create clothing and everyday like high quality wares. I don't know how high quality this is. Let's be honest, I could afford it, and it's cute. Nightweave is doing good things. They're one that I've seen. I see you. And I heard about your little clothing line that you're going to start. I know you were just doing cloaks, but I'm excited for the expansion. Please consider dog groomers. I would totally buy something that would repel hair and looks medieval at the same time. But we're getting off track. Anyway, it feels like we're going to be moving into our fantasy medieval era. I would like that. That's what I'm rooting for. That's why I'm building a portal. And yes, it's just a sticker. It's just a picture, but it's the intent. That's how magic works. The intent. The visuals help bring it out. Okay, interrupted by the chitlin, but yes, that's how magic works. And more spiritual tea, if you're into that old knowledge type shit, druid type shit, we're all one. We are all the creator consciousness. God is within us. Jesus was a fraction of us. We don't have anyone that we should be looking outwardly to for how and who to be. That's on you, boo boo. You got to internalize yourself and figure out who you are. Okay? But in that, realize you are a spark of prime creator consciousness. Prime creator consciousness created everything, absolutely everything, your meat suit, everything in existence. Everything is a spark of it. This, even this. Inanimate objects are conscious too. Nothing can exist without being a part of Prime Creator first, which is really, I think, I view it as like a floating invisible consciousness that was bored to fucking tears until it created physical reality. Now, pumpkin, physical reality was supposed to be fun. This was supposed to be a vacation. It was supposed to be frolicking in the fields and having fun. Just saying, just frolic. Well, the problem is, we've got some greedy peeps, right? That decide accent Tourette's. I'm going to do that every once in a while. But we got greedy peeps that decided what they's going to do is draw a line around land and be like, we own this, you got to buy it from us. Take your fruit trees and sell you the fruit. Take your water, bottle it, and sell it back to you. What are we doing here? Earth provides everything, and Earth didn't charge them when they took it. Think about that. And if you want to go even deeper, sis, they're that powerful because they've been on top for, this is going to sound off kilter and fucking out there, hundreds to thousands of years. Look at the doppelgangers through history and how prominent of positions they always hold. The same faces always hold the prominent positions, though the positions may change. Okay. Reality is not what you think. Magic and fantasy is closer to what life should be because that's what it would look like, honey boo boo, if we were free to just be. Our magic would fly. We would have all sorts of. Look, I love fantasy worlds, okay? And when I grew up playing D&D, and that always felt more remembered and chronicled than it did made up for fun. How does one have that much specific information on that much shite? Enough to build worlds. Y'all think on this. Very specific information. And yeah, if you look at the spell components for a lot of things, it's common sense, you know. Animal friendship is a morsel of food. Give it a snack and talk to it. I digress, okay? I long for that reality because it feels more free and open than what we have. It feels more soul tapped of reality than this soul draining. Oh, do you want my tea on what reality actually is? Now, if you haven't been here before and you haven't heard me talk on this, magic and spells are all real. They're all happening. And look, you don't have to call it magic. You can call it energy work. You can call it consciousness shifting or shaping, dimension hopping. It doesn't matter. It's connected to your consciousness and your subconsciousness, and that's what makes it keep going and working. This is a collective reality. We all created it because we are all sparks of the one. Okay? So unfortunately, we're having to co-create, which means we can't be in control of our entire existence, but we can be in control of our corner of it. So far, a wee bit. But the magic that's being used against us is to make us forget how powerful we are. It's to make us feel like we need to be trapped in a 9 to 5. It's to make us feel like we have to pay for what Gaia already gave. I want you to sit and think on that. My husband just got home. Bye, y'all.